Hello, this is Dr. Dawn Marie, and I just want to share a quick encouragement with you. I was reading Luke chapter 23 in my devotions this morning, and it so encouraged me and reminded me of a truth about the Lord that I wanted to share it with you because I know that there's someone out there that will be encouraged by this. At the end of Luke chapter 23 in verse 56, it says, "Then they, the women who had watched Jesus be crucified, who were heartbroken that he was dead, that he had been brutally murdered." It says, "They went home and prepared spices and perfumes." Jesus had been laid in the tomb, and these women went home to prepare the spices and perfumes. And then it goes on in Luke 23:56 to say, "But they rested on the Sabbath in obedience to the commandment." And what struck me was that these women went home and did what they could in the natural. They put their hands to something that was right and customary. They wanted to prepare the spices for the body of their beloved Jesus. But in obedience to the Sabbath, they paused, they stopped, and they rested. By the time Monday rolled around and they got up and went to that tomb, they walked into the tomb and it was empty, and the two figures appeared to them. And they said, "Where is he?" Because the tomb was empty. And they said to the women, "Why are you looking for the living among the dead? He is risen like he said he would." And what struck me there is the importance of resting in the Lord, the importance of obeying him when he says to wait on him. That's what these women did. In the midst of doing something really good and noble, they also remembered to rest. And while they were resting, waiting on the Sabbath to be completed so they could get back to what they were doing, God was working a miracle. They were preparing spices to rub on a dead body, but God was working resurrection and giving them life. He was raising his son from the dead, that they didn't have to go and meet with a dead body, but they were going to get to meet with the living, resurrected Savior. My encouragement to us this morning is that we would wait on the Lord, that we would rest in him, that all the noble things and good things that we are putting our hands to, we would remember to also take time to trust that God is the Lord of all, and even the things that we are working on, that he is the God of those things too, so we can trust him, to rest in him as he works on our behalf. And I am so encouraged as I think about and ponder the reality that when we are obedient to the Lord, he does the impossible on our behalf. It reminds me of when Moses in Exodus 14:13 when he said, "Stand still and see the deliverance of the Lord." And it brought to mind the song that's based on that verse. Stand and see the salvation of the Lord. He's a strong and mighty tower, a calm within a storm. When you're trembling with fear, remember that he's near. When you've done all you can do, just stand. Are we willing, like those women, to stand, to wait, to rest in the Lord? And when we stand back up to get back to business, we'll see that God has worked on our behalf in the midst of our rest. That's my encouragement to you this morning. Wait on the Lord and rest in him. He's working things out. God bless you. Bye-bye.